I've been diving for 10 years now, and one thing that has been consistent throughout is that everyone thinks I'm a swimmer. No matter how many times I remind people, anytime a water sport is mentioned, the automatic thought is swimming. And although being radically different sports, they're mostly lumped together. For example, at any college, the swimming and diving program, they're always combined. But I can't really blame people for not knowing exactly what diving is, because it is a very niche sport. But I think you will be able to tell the difference by looking at these two slides. Here is a swimmer. Simple, right? And here's diving. That is the face of a person flying through the air at 32 miles per hour. Now, diving is essentially throwing your body high into the air, doing flips, twists, and entering the water vertically, and doing so in the most graceful way possible. And the perfect dive consists of pointed toes, straight legs, hollow body, vertical entry, and most importantly, a small splash. And in general, diving requires air coordination, strength, flexibility, quick reflexes, and most importantly, a lot of guts. Because the boards we dive off of range from 1 meter to 10 meter. And 10 meters, that's a little more than 30 feet, about the size of a 3-story building. And so you might be wondering, how do you begin to work up the courage to jump off of something that high? Well, one, either you're dumb enough to try it, or two, you're too young to even know what's going on. For me, I was 7 when I first tried it. But after all this time, I've always preferred the 3-meter springboard, which is the one you see on the right there, because it's closer to the ground. And smacking. This happens all the time, where you get lost in the air, you come out, and then you face plant into the water. Happens to every diver, but the worst that happens is maybe you get a few bruises, and then you get up and you do the dive again. Now, the biggest fear of any diver is hitting your head on the board. Now, it's actually very rare. This hardly ever happens, but in this picture, this is Greg Louganis. Amazing diver, very famous. He has won countless gold medals. And in the 1988 Olympics in South Korea, he hit his head on the board. And he only suffered a concussion, and he actually still went on to win that event. So, pretty spectacular. Talk about perseverance. And all in all, despite both sports having to do with water, diving is not even close to swimming. And actually, diving mostly takes place in the air. Maybe there's a few seconds where we swim out of the water. But regardless, look out for the 2028 Olympics here in Los Angeles. Maybe you'll see me there diving, but not swimming. Thank you.